Okay, now it's time to melt the wax on. You can use any iron, actually. I used to have an old iron I got at a yard sale for $5. But I tell you, spending 20 or 30 bucks for an actual wax iron is really worth it. It's a flatter surface. There are no holes for steam, coming out like a regular house iron would, and you can adjust the temperature better. You got to be really careful. If you put it on too hot, you could damage the bottom of your ski. So if you're using just a regular iron, you have to kind of back off quite a bit. And the rule of thumb is, if it's smoking, and it's not good for your skis. So this allows you to put it on at a little more controlled temperature. And basically, all you're doing is you're just dripping wax on the bottom of the ski, and anyway, as you go, you're just kind of, everybody does this a little differently. I just do little dots like this. Some people, kind of run it up and down more. Personally, I'm careful not to, at this stage, to run the iron up and down the ski actually touching it. Some people will actually drag it up and down. It's just however you do it. I don't think that matters that much. I know that if you put too hot of an iron in contact with your ski, you do have a tendency, or you have a prospect of actually damaging the ski. So I've dripped it on. Now I'm just going back, and I'm very lightly just ironing. And what I'm doing here, I'm actually melting the wax evenly on the bottom of the ski. And it isn't really rocket science, folks. You just have to be patient, have the right temperature, and I'm just very carefully letting my iron drag against the ski. Let me see if I can take this so you can see it a little bit better. But you'll see the dots of wax, and then I'm just letting it melt as evenly as I can. As I go across the whole piece. Let's see if I can put that back up while I'm still doing this without screwing my ski up. Anyway, so I'm also, if you notice, I got a jacket and hat on. My garage is not heated, so it gets a little chilly out here, and so probably that makes a difference in the waxing too, because the iron doesn't stay as hot as it would in the nice warm shop that you have. But anyway, so I'm just slowly working this along, and then there's a groove in the bottom of your ski. Depending on the kind of skis you have, there may be one groove or several grooves, whatever. And so once I come all the way down here, what I will do is I'll run my iron at an angle right up and down that groove. That groove is a very important part of your ski because it allows for the movement of snow as you do your glide stroke. So obviously having that well waxed is important too. So actually the truth is, the way I ski, it probably doesn't make too much difference. But if you were talking to someone who was actually on a racing team and won medals and did all that kind of stuff, they would do this. So I've now gone down once, and then what I usually do is I have one final pass that I just do nice and even, nice and slow. And what this does, it just gives me a nice, smooth surface or spreading of the wax, and this will make it a little easier at the next step. Next step, I'm going to be scraping. Then after you scrape, then we'll be brushing it again. And if you keep it nice and smooth right now, it just makes it a little easier. Anyway, so that's that. Now I usually wipe my iron off just so the wax that's on there isn't smoking. And so if you look, you can kind of see what the wax looks like. This is probably a bad angle, but anyway, you get the idea. So it's just on there. And now I'm going to let set for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and do some scraping.